for clerical jobs, and same in bank PO and bank clerical as well. So most of the government departments, they do not depend on your type of graduation or your percentage marks in graduation. Rather, it would depend on which exam you have cracked. So let me take one example. For example, if you have done your BSc and then MSc and then MPhil and PhD and you cracked a clerical exam, then of course you will be joining any department as a clerk. While on the contrary, you have just done your BA or BSc with 51 or 52% of the marks and you have cracked UPSC examination, then you will be joining government departments as assistant commissioner or maybe IAS or IPS or IRS. So it depends on which competitive exam you crack rather than which course you do and how well you do in that course. So this is about government jobs. Second, we'll take corporate jobs. In most of the corporate jobs, you need to go for an MBA. There are certainly some other jobs which are highly technical in nature. Then in most of the technical jobs, generally engineering as BTech is more than sufficient. If you go for MTech or M Pharma, generally you go for either research or you go for teaching. So this is the snapshot of the career options in government and corporate. The third career option, which is very, predominantly very famous in Jains. Jains are not known for their corporate skills or they are not known for their government skills. They are known for entrepreneurship. And if you want to go for entrepreneurship, most of the people feel that you need not to study to be a good entrepreneur. Probably, you need to go for either your parents' job or business, or you can probably start on your own. But mostly, if you see new age career options, then most of the career options are related to three things today. Either you have new businesses coming up which are related to data, or second, they are related to digital, or the third, they are related to machine learning. So in all these three cases, unless you have studied the cutting edge technology and you also know few basics of management. What are these basics of management? Mostly how to get the capital, how to recruit people, how to train them, how to retain them. And unless you actually have studied all these things well, it is really very difficult nowadays to make a startup successful. So again, this third case of entrepreneurship, I would highly recommend to go for an MBA, work for a startup for probably a year or two, and then probably start on your own. There are some students from 10th standard. So I think these students are more likely to ask me questions about whether they should take science or they should take humanities or they should take commerce. Well, whatever was my last visit to your state, Karnataka, I saw at that point of time, the students are very much inclined towards science, which is actually, I can see in today's chat box also that most of you have taken science. But I would like to tell you that there are more opportunities in humanities nowadays than in science. One of the reasons is that most of the good students, they take science, and therefore science is overburdened with a lot of good students. While on the contrary, towards liberal arts or humanities, there are so many good opportunities and there are hardly any good students. So unless you are fanatic about science, unless you are very much clear about your goal, if you are asking me briefly, I should suggest you something. I am a kind of, humanities kind of person. I would suggest you humanities a lot, though I'm an engineer by my qualification. But if you are asking me where you should go, where the chances are more, where the competition is less, then certainly I would say humanities is far ahead of the other two peers. As I'm giving you these ideas, basically the aim is, so that I can get some or other questions. So as soon as you have any question, probably Prakashji, how they can ask question? They can unmute themselves or they will ask you.
Sir, let them put it in the chat box.
Sure.
Question answer session, I think we will keep it in the end if you feel better.
No, I think even if students have questions now, I can start, because I generally do not want to bore them with what I feel. So
Okay.
probably whatever questions they would be asking, it would not be an individual question. I'm sure it would help all others also.
Let them put
So
it in the chat box, sir.
yeah. So as soon as you have any question regarding maybe you may be feeling that you are from 10th, or you are from 8th, or your graduation, or whatever it is, if you feel you have a question, please type it in chat box. And please never ever feel that if you are asking me a question, you would be disturbing me and all others. It is nothing like that. If one question will come, I am sure that answer will benefit a lot many more students, right? Then whatever I'm speaking without question. Okay, so as soon as you have a question, please write in the chat box, and I would be very happy to cover it in my talk. And probably I'll in case if I feel, I'll request you to unmute also. So we were actually discussing about these number of opportunities in humanities. So let's discuss all those opportunities. I gave you one of the good career option as UPSC. And I think even our community, even our nation, they also need very good students from humanities who can actually give any college or any department a kind of mix. One of my good friends, he is a general manager in one of the public sector banks. He told me, Ritesh, nowadays we are getting more than 90% of bank clerks as engineers. I'll repeat. He is a general manager in a PSU bank, public sector bank. They recruit bank clerks. And when actually they finally declare results and they get to know that more than 90% of those bank clerks are engineers. Now you can understand how much it is biased towards engineering. All the good students, they have taken engineering, and therefore whatever entrance exam, whether they have any connection with engineering or not, whenever they have any competition, they are bound to get more engineers, and therefore they are not getting all other kind of students, and therefore most of their workforce is monotonous. They do not have the students from humanities, they do not have students from commerce, very few students from even biology side also. So my suggestion is, unless you have a lot to do with engineering, unless you have that mindset, unless you have that inclination, please take your subject with your choice, number one. Number two, it should be related to your goal in life. For example, if you want to do IAS, please do not go for engineering, and then after that you take history as your subject, and then prepare for the next 2 years, and then become an IAS officer. When I ask these kind of students why you have taken engineering, they say it was a backup, right? So I'm sure there are so many good backups, but the problem here is, most of the engineering colleges, I mean, many of the engineering colleges are the private big organization which spend a lot of money in advertising and even having paid counseling sessions, right? For example, this particular career counseling session is arranged and sponsored, and they have done a lot of good job by BJS, which is an NGO. They have no particular, you can say, bias interest. But at the same time, most of the other career counseling you must have seen, they are sponsored or arranged by big private universities. So what would happen is, the career counselor generally would talk about those private colleges options, and therefore most of those good options available with government colleges, there is no one to tell you, right? So I would like to focus on those particular colleges which generally even I cannot tell you in those college or university sponsored programs. Meanwhile, I'll just read some of the queries here. How will be NDA for girls? No, NDA for girls would depend. It is not for girls or boys. It is like if a student want to do something great in army, so whether he's a boy or she's a girl, in both cases NDA is a very good option. But you should not go for this option if you are very money minded, or if you feel that you are a corporate success kind of person. If you have that zeal in yourself to go and join Indian army and serve the nation, then only you should go for NDA. Sir, there are medical courses that don't require MBBS. Of course, there are many medical courses available which do not need MBBS, but the only problem is when you see the remuneration, or when you see the growth, then of course they do not match that of MBBS. After PCMB, can I take engineering course like computer engineering? Yes, definitely. If you take PCM, you can take any engineering course. If you have B also, then of course it is an added advantage. There's no problem in, as such, you cannot take anything, whatever a PCM student can take. So anything which a PCM student can do, definitely PCMB student can also take all those things. So yes, definitely you can go for computer engineering. Sir, for engineering, government college is better or private? There's no case. For every course, the government college is always better. Let me repeat it. There is always, I have not seen any particular, you can say, any particular college, or any, I have not seen any particular course where private college can actually be better than government college, for basically only one reason. If you are comparing faculty, they may have better faculty in private colleges. If you are comparing infrastructure, they may have better facilities, better playgrounds, better computer labs, better classrooms, everything is better. The only difference is you always have good students in government colleges, full stop. And that's where you learn from. I have studied in Harvard, but it is not that when I actually tell you what have I learned there, right? Then it is not because of their facilities or because of their teachers. More than 90% of the learnings, even at Harvard Business School, is through peer group. I have learned from other students, and the students are so good, and they are so much with diverse background, that you are bound to learn things from all different backgrounds, right? There were students from biology background, there were students from computer science background, there were students from humanities, right? And that proper mix is needed for overall growth of any student, right? After getting selected in JEE, what are career options? See, after getting selected through JEE, you are doing your engineering. So again, the same thing will start. There are again three options. Number one, you can go for entrepreneurship. Number two, you can go for government jobs. And number three, you can go for corporate jobs. In all the three cases, mostly your knowledge is more important, right? Never ever feel that you got selected for JEE and therefore you will get a better job, you will get a better career. Answer is no, because your learning is good, because your knowledge is good, and because of that knowledge, definitely you will be doing better than other students in your life. So all the three options are there, whatever we have discussed earlier, even after JEE as well. Sir, for how much it costs for MBA seat? I have heard that it costs lakhs of money. No, it depends whether you are going for a government college or private college. Even for private college, whether you have got selected or you are going for, those management and capital seats. Then of course, if you are going for those management seats, then there is no limit what they may ask you. But if you are getting selected, I am sure money is not a problem. There are student loans available. There are NGOs which will help you. I have not seen any student who have got selected for any government or private colleges, and because of money, they are having any problem. But definitely, if you are not getting selected and you want to buy a seat, then of course it costs a fortune. I'm studying in 8th and I'm targeting IIT. What should I do, and should I take a foundation course? Yes. If you are going for IIT, then I would highly recommend a foundation course. The reason is, specifically in IIT and medical, the competition is so gross nowadays that you should not start studying after 10th class, right? Which used to be the case in the last generation. So in this generation, 7th or 8th is the right time when you should actually start your preparation for IIT JEE. Sir, how to crack KCET JEE exam? Can give us some tips to prepare the exam. See, there's no sense of giving you tips to prepare the exam. You please start from your 7th or 8th standard. There's no magic trip. The only hard work plays. The reason here is because the competition is so gross. I told you there are lakhs of people who are fighting for few thousand seats, and therefore unless you work hard from 7th or 8th standard, write a lot of mock papers, and most importantly, those you should always, whether you are joining a coaching institute or not, you should definitely join a national test series. The meaning of national test series is a test series where you can get national rank, and you should be aware about your own marks. It should not happen that for 4 years or 5 years you always think that you would be getting selected for IIT JEE, and suddenly after exam you feel your marks are very bad. So this is a big psychological issue, and therefore you should join a particular test series so that you will keep yourself abreast with your current position. So today where you stand, you should know. You should know 4 years before the exam, 3 years before the exam, 2 years and 1 year before the exam. Then you will not get any shocks. Which stream is better and has more money earning, CS or CA? No, money is not there in money is there neither in CA nor in CS. Prajwal. Prajwal, money is there when you make some change in the society. Please understand. Unless you do something great, you will not get money. Right? Rather, I would say money is always a byproduct of success. Unless you are getting successful somewhere, money will not follow. Just because of your degree, no one will give you money. If you are solving some problem, you will get money, right? So what kind of problems you may solve? Number one, you can solve a problem of your company, right? Then you will get little money. If you can actually solve problem of general public, then probably you can start you can have a startup. For example, what Ola has seen, right? Ola has seen the problem with the consumer and the taxi. What Oyo has seen a particular problem of a hotel industry and consumer. So if you can actually identify a problem and you can give a solution, you will get so much money in life that it would be difficult for you to count, right? But please do not do a degree for money, because no degree will give you money. Money is coming only when you are successful. So what is the meaning of success? The meaning of success is when you can help somebody. The meaning of somebody here may be a person, maybe a company, or maybe entire janta. The more number of people you are solving the problem for, the more money you will get. Which stream is appropriate? Sorry, I just lost where the question was. Okay, sir, brief me about entrepreneurship in machine learning. See, entrepreneurship in machine learning is not very much defined today. You can take up a problem and solve it using machine learning, right? What is machine learning? First of you will learn data analytics, and machine learning is the second part of data analytics. You cannot learn machine learning before going for data analytics. So you are first learning data analytics, then you are learning machine learning, and then you are actually searching for some cases, right? You can choose a case in any of the industry. For example, you are taking pharma industry, or you are using automobile industry, or you are using education, let's say, as an industry. You identify a problem which you can actually solve with your learning of machine learning. That is the right way of going for entrepreneurship, rather than seeing one of your friend is successful doing something and therefore you should also do that. So by the time you would be you are there to start with your startup, that particular problem is over, right? So that should not happen. You should actually identify a problem in the society and try to solve it either with machine learning or with AI or with data analytics. That doesn't matter, or even with the digital marketing also. Which stream is appropriate to choose in +2 standard for clearing CLAT exam? Very good question. Great question. See, CLAT is one particular exam which I have seen students from PCM, from PCMB, from PCB, from commerce, and from humanities. That means any student can actually crack CLAT exam, but my suggestion is you should always have mathematics as a subject. I would not say you go for humanities or you go for science or you go for commerce. Doesn't matter at all. But what matters is whether you have taken mathematics Either it can be PCM, or it can be PCMB, or it can be commerce with maths, or it could be humanities with maths. But please do not leave maths, because in CLAT I have seen some questions which are coming from 11th and 12th class maths also, though good 80% of the questions in math section or quant section would also always come from 10th standard background. See, when we are discussing about CLAT, there are 4 major subjects in CLAT. The first is verbal ability, the second is reasoning, the third is quantitative ability, and the fourth is you can say legal awareness. And the meaning of legal awareness is not the legal knowledge. Many of the students feel that, should we take law as a subject in 11th and 12th if we want to prepare for CLAT? It won't matter much, because they will give you the law. They will write that particular law in your examination paper, and then they will give you a situation, and then they will ask you whether this particular law is applicable in this particular case or not. So basically what they are judging is your legal aptitude rather than your legal knowledge, right? So it would not matter. Frankly, the only thing is you should always keep maths. But that is true for any career options. I would highly recommend that you should not leave maths in 11 and 12, even if you can get passing marks, because these passing marks are okay if you can take maths as 6th subject or 5th subject. For example, most of the good universities will either check your top 4 subjects marks or 5 subjects marks. So even if you can get passing marks as a 6th subject in maths, you will have a lot many career options open throughout your life. I'm not only asking right now. I have seen students who want to go for their PhD in some of the programs, and they could not join there because they did not have maths in their 12th exam. So please understand, it is very crucial, right? If you can pass maths paper, please don't leave it. I'm studying in 9th and I want to choose science group after 10th. Can you please give some ideas which career I should choose? No, it's other way around. Most of the students make this mistake, Kashish. Most of the students make this mistake of first choosing science and then thinking about which career option I should choose. It should be other way around. You first think about career option and then accordingly you choose your stream, right? The reason is most of the students feel I love biology and therefore I have chosen biology. No, it is not the great idea. The reason is how many years you will study biology? 3 years, 4, 5 years, 6 years. And how many years you would be in your career, let's say as a doctor? So unless you like medical profession, please do not take biology even if you like it. And other way around, if you really love medical profession, please take biology even if you don't like that much, right? It is like if I want to go from Mysore to say Bangalore, and somewhere I want to ask somebody, which road is better. So what would you do? You will catch hold of somebody and say, hey dude, which is the best road available? No, answer is not that. I mean, that is not the right question. Rather, you should ask which road would take me to Bangalore. Even if it is bumpy road, even if it is dirty road, even if it is bad road, please stick with that road. Then only you will reach Bangalore. All those students who are searching for good roads, I have seen them taking somewhere U-turn and coming back, because somewhere the road would be bad and you will come back. So please do not choose the right road. Please choose the right destination, right? So if you want to be engineer, take science. If you want to be a doctor, take science. If you want to be a government officer, if you want to go be an IAS officer, then please choose your branch accordingly. Do not unnecessarily first take science, then write IIT exam, then go and finish your computer science engineering for 4 years, then come back and then take history as your elective subject and prepare for UPSC. I am sure there are so many good cases where so many people have done it, but that is a road where they had to take history after doing their engineering. If your primary objective is to take UPSC, you need not to follow them. You need not to take that particular road. They were very intelligent. You may not be, right? So please understand, first try to identify your destination and then choose your path. Okay. How is the BSc agriculture? For which course? I mean, what you want to do after BSc agriculture? If you want to be an entrepreneur in agriculture space, it is really, really great. If you really want to go to villages and help our uh, people in agriculture and give them consultancy, it is really very great. But if you want to get a cushy job in corporate and you are doing BSc agriculture, I think it is a mismatch. It is very clearly a mismatch. So it depends. For example, if you want to go for UPSC, then agriculture is not one of the elective subjects. Then why you are taking agriculture? So agriculture is good or not, it is not the right question. The right question is what you want to do in life. What is your goal? Then probably I can tell you whether this BSc agriculture is matching with your planning or not. Please understand, this career is not a selection, but it is a matching. I hope you understand the difference between selection and matching. The meaning of selection is, for example, if I lost my pen, my pen, or I lost my cap, right? I lost my cap of my pen. So what should I ask someone? Can you give me the best cap, or you will give me a cap which is matching with my pen? So career is very similar. Your decision should match with your destination, right? Where you want to go for. What are the options in computer science which is best? See, in computer science, I don't know what do you mean by options. Maybe you are talking about specialization, or you are talking about which industry to choose after your computer science engineering. Because most of the colleges will give you directly computer science engineering. And probably in third year or final year, they will be asking you to choose one of the electives. Then the hot electives nowadays are data science or machine learning or AI. So depending on what out of these three options are available, rather they are not different options, they are categories. The first category is data science. Once you understand data science well, you can go for machine learning. Once you know machine learning well, you can go for artificial intelligence. So these are the three steps. So depending on what options are available with your college, you should choose first, second, or maybe third option, right? Which combination is best in humanities? Again, this combination depends on what you want to do with humanities. You want to go for IAS exam, then I would say history and political science are best. The reason is because there are two papers in UPSC prelim. The first is GS and the second is CSAT. So in GS exam, more than 50% of the syllabus would be covered with these two subjects of history and political science. So that way, this combination is good. But maybe if you want to become a counselor, then probably psychology is very good, right? So it would be great if you can tell me what really you want to do with the humanities, and I'll be very happy to tell you which combination you should take. But please remember, even if you are taking humanities, please do not leave maths. Try to do it humanities with maths, maybe 6 subjects, right? For engineering, which course is best? Again, the same thing, depending on your inclination towards it. If you are asking me about the placement opportunities and all, then of course computer science with artificial intelligence is something which is very hot today. But I may not say this, that it may be hot after 5 years as well. Maybe in 5 years manufacturing would be much better in India, and you may have production or chemical or mechanical or electrical may probably be very good. But if you're asking me today, then of course yes, computer science with the kind of artificial intelligence would be a better option. Sir, I'm confused that what should I take after 12? PCMB, MBBS or CS? CS, you want company secretary, or you want computer science? Because with MBBS, I think none of these two are going well. Why? Because everyone scared me that MBBS is hard. Better you change your course. What to do, sir? I am an average. No, see, if you are an average student, then I don't think you will be able to do even computer science or company secretary or MBBS. All three courses are very good courses. No average student can do it. But then if you are an average student with a fire in your belly, right? And even if you were average till now, but now you can do wonders. Definitely you can crack all three. There is no problem. But if you want to remain average, after a few years also you will be average. Please understand, not only MBBS, it would be difficult, very difficult for you to complete either computer science or company secretary, whatever you mean by CS. So please get away from being average, right? Focus more on your studies, focus more on your career, and you will no more be an average student. Where should we do foundation course? I think you are asking about IIT Foundation. So in case if you are asking me IIT Foundation, then depending on your options in your city, in case if you are from Bangalore or Mysore, where you have all different options, then probably you can choose your options from Ellen, Fitzy, Akash. Okay, so depending on what, how much percentage discount you are getting, and which one is closer to your home, and whether you like some combination which is available in them. Mostly all of them are good institutes, so most of the basic things are very similar in them. So if I have to choose, I'll probably take some of the parameters, like number one is fee, how much discount I'm getting, how far it is from my home, how many percentage of the classes I would like to attend online, and how many percentage offline, and which institute is offering me that particular combination. So these are the particular parameters. Maybe you can judge those coaching institutes and choose whichever you like. But mostly these 4 or 5 institutes, they are good as far as the studies are concerned. I don't know what my interest lies on. See, when you want to check your interest, there are 3 different ways. The number one, very basic and very easy, is to take help of your family members. But please do not ask them to give your final, you can say, decision. Never ever ask decision. Then what should you ask? You should ask your parents, you should ask your siblings what you are good at. Make a questionnaire. Number one question, what do you feel I am good at? Give all the 4 options. Second, what do you feel is my shortcoming? Give few options, right? So similarly, you should know about yourself, and then accordingly you should choose your destination. For example, if you are very extrovert, you love to speak to people, you love being with people, you are very social, then I would suggest you go for MBA marketing kind of stuff, where you meet people and do a lot of job. But if you are very extrovert, you only deal with books or machines or laptop, but you do not want to lead with deal with people, then I would say you go for a research kind of project where you need to deal with machine. You can be a software engineer, you can be a CA, you can be a company secretary, but definitely you cannot be a salesperson, marketing person kind of, right? So similarly, you should also see your personality traits. If it is not easy for you to speak to your family members and be sure of your choices, you can definitely take help of your friends. Even if you are not able to decide after meeting your friends or taking their help, the third option is to go and meet a career counselor and take a psychometric test. So any good career counselor will take 2 tests. One is psychometric test and another is aptitude test. So combination of psychometric test and aptitude test will tell you which are the places which would match with your likings and your personality, right? So know your personality type and then take the decision taking one of these 3 tools. What to choose, CA or CS? Here I am sure CS means company secretary, right? So whether you are going for CA or CS, if you are a BCom kind of person, if you are account kind of person, if you are a mathematics kind of person, definitely go for CA. If you are a law kind of person, if you are enforcement kind of person, then you go for CS. CS is very close to law. So even if you are going for CS, you may think of doing your 5 years LLB along with CS, right? And if you are going for, if you are very much mathematics or calculation guy, a lot of debit or credit kind of person, then of course CA would be better. We cannot say generally what is better. We can match your personality with these courses, and that would help you to decide whether to go for CA or CS. And I have also seen many students doing both. Of course, one after the other. I'm studying in PCMC. Which course is best in engineering? See, in engineering, if you are asking me this year's placement, then I told you this computer science with the artificial intelligence is the most hot career option, but it may not be true after 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. So you should also take care that particular fraction. That just for the knowledge kind of thing I am giving you this data, but please choose your branch according to your interests, right? So even if after 5 years the things are not so much favorable to you, then also you should not be in a soup. Okay, so choose your career option with your liking rather than seeing the highest salary kind of figure. BSc agriculture I discussed, I think, earlier. I'm in 12 and I'm confused what to do, CA or CS. Again, I have covered with some other student. Where should I do my foundation course? I think we have covered job opportunities for commerce after BBM. See, after BBM, you have to go for MBA because it's very difficult to get a job after graduation nowadays, right? So my suggestion is, anyway, if you are doing BBM, then it's better to start preparing for CAT, which is Common Admission Test, so that as soon as you finish your BBM, you need not to take a drop and you are, basically try to go and join one of the IIMs, so that you can do an MBA from there, and then you can get a great career option in corporate. Of course, the other way is to choose some subject as elective, and you can go for UPSC preparation, or alternatively, you can go for bank preparation, LIC preparation, railway preparation. So all those semi-government job preparation also you do. But good 90% of the students after BBM would like to go for corporate jobs, and probably that's why they have chosen this BBM as a subject. So in general, my suggestion would be to start immediately preparing for CAT. Do not wait for final year. Please start for CAT preparation in first year itself. Do not wait for final year. Will becoming a full stack web developer in future good? No, I don't think, because most of the web developers, they have a very tough time now because things are automated. Now, any 8th standard or 10th standard guy, he can actually do a job of web developer because things are very easy, and in the time to come, it would be obsolete. But yes, if you are a very good designer, if you can do something which no one else can do, then of course you can do wonder. But if you want to be an average kind of web developer or web designer, there are hardly any good career options available to you. Sir, after PCMB, can I do? Yes, of course you can do software engineering after PCMB. Which course has more scope? Please specify which course means what. You want me to ask about science, commerce, arts, or you want to ask me engineering branches, or if you want to compare engineering with something else? I don't know. Become a doctor, how much years is required? Oh God, becoming a good doctor actually requires your half life. Kindly please mute yourself unless you have some question or query. Being a good doctor, it depends on, almost 5 years of MBBS, and after that you keep on adding degrees to yourself, and it may take 10 or 12 years also. And there are many students who takes, drop after 12th to go for MBBS, so you can add that particular year also. Sir, I'm studying PCMB in veterinary and BTech. No, these are very two different courses. So whether you are going for veterinary or you are going for BTech, it depends on your own persona and what you want to achieve in life and what you want to do in life. If you are really compassionate with animals and birds, and if you would love being with them, of course veterinary is the option. But if you are not that kind of guy, you would like to work on computers and you want to be in corporate jobs, then of course veterinary is not for you. I would rather suggest you BTech, right? So go with your own persona rather than going directly, thinking A is better than B. Jewelry design is a very good career option, but it is not depending on degree. Most of the good companies, they are not interested in your degrees, but with your design. So this is a knowledge kind of industry. So if you are really very good in jewelry design, sky is the limit. But if you are not good, you are average, you just have one certificate, that is just a piece of paper. You may not get anything, right? So it depends on how good designer you are and how much you are liking those things. If you really like to design, any kind of design is good for you, right? So my suggestion is, why don't you take up the entrance exam for one of the best colleges like NIT Ahmedabad or NIFT. So in case if you are really good, they will choose you. And if they reject you, you please understand you do not have that quotient, right? And try something else. When I study for 1 hour and take 15 minutes break, but without noticing, I take a break of 1 hour watching my phone. How and what? Okay. See, basically, you are talking about your concentration in studies. So, my very simple suggestion is please be away from gadgets as much as possible. And in case if you are using gadgets for study, please remove all your other apps which may distract you. Make sure that you are using that particular gadget only for that particular app. For example, if you are using Zoom, right, then only keep those kind of apps in your phone which are related to studies. If you also have other apps, definitely they will distract you. There is no solution to it, whether you are a student or you are a grown-up person. There is no difference. So please choose your apps wisely, is my pick. I like coding a lot. No, but mostly I have seen most of the initial coding phases are so engrossing that anyone loves them. But what happens is when you actually go for the deep coding, it becomes very boring. So please take some time to judge yourself on coding. If you are learning, very initial thing, you are making a calculator or you are making a simple web page, then of course these things are very, they are very easy. But when actually you go for deep coding, so unless you do that kind of coding, you don't know whether you love coding or not. I have seen people who do 3 years or 4 years in software engineering, and then they want to change their job even for half the salary, right? So I think you should dive deep before making the statement, right? Work for 4 years in Infosys. Now can I do my master's in MBA abroad? Is that a good decision? Yes, definitely. But Nisha, the problem is not doing your MBA abroad. The point is, are you getting a kind of college abroad which category colleges are not available in India? That means I am talking about top 50 colleges. So in case if you want to focus on top 50 colleges, you should have a very good GMAT score. Of course, then all other things, of course, you need that SOP, and then you need those recommendation and everything. But I think you should start with your good GMAT score. Just do not join an MBA abroad because it's abroad. Okay, go for the ranking of that college. I know the different ways for girls to join Indian Army. You want to know? Okay, fine. See, the good thing is you can start this particular thing from class 8. Now you'll be asking me, how can I join Army in class 8? No, you need not to join Army. Now I'll tell you what you have not heard of. You know which is the best school in India? Can you write in the chat box which school you feel is the best school in India? What according to you is the best school in India? Please type in chat box. I'm sure you must have heard about Sindhya School, and then Rajkumar College, and then Mayo College, Ajmer, and all those. No, but I'm not asking for most expensive schools. I'm asking for the best schools, yes, with the best facilities. No, not CMS, not AIMS. I'm asking about school, not college. Best school, let's say for 6th standard student, for 8th standard student, which school you feel is the best in India? Which is the best school in India? St. Joseph. My school, okay, very funny. KV school, no, there are many far better schools than St. Joseph or KV schools. Delhi, what do you mean by Delhi? Government school, DPS. Yeah, one good answer is coming from Mr. Pitya. Sainik school, but there are even better. DPS, NHSS, Navodaya. No, I would say you don't know. No. Now please write it. The best school is RIMC. Dehradun. RIMC Dehradun. This school was started by Britishers for the students of those British high rank officials, right? But you will say, how come you don't know? If the school is so good, somebody would have told you, right? But please understand, there are people who are getting paid by these so-called good schools. The counselors like me are getting paid, getting free gift from all those, like doctors, right? So most of us will only tell you about expensive schools, because if the school is expensive, the school can afford to give something to me as well, right? So very few people will actually tell you these government schools, because they do not charge you a fortune and therefore they cannot pay me, right? Only with those career counselings arranged by an NGO, only there in NGO career counselings you would get to know these kind of schools. So please note it down. The best school in India is RIMC. Now, you'll ask me how I generally connected with these girls, because from this year onwards, girls can also apply for RIMC. RIMC is 200 years old institution, 200 years old. But for last 200 years, it was only for boys. And from this year onwards, it is available for girls as well, right? Okay. I'm sure you can ask Google to, give you a lot of information. But in case if you need my help, I am writing here my email ID. So you can it is riteshtime@gmail.com. Okay. So in case if you need any more information about RIMC, RMS, or whatever I have spoken in today's counseling, you can definitely mail me and I'll be happy to share my knowledge with you, right? The second best schools after RIMC, because RIMC has only few seats, but you can start preparing after 6th standard, because after 6th standard you can join RIMC. The second best school, the name of those schools is RMS. There are 5 or 6 RMS schools, again started by Government of India after independence. They wanted to match it with RIMC, so they might not do that, but it is very similar. They are trying to catch up with RIMC. So you can prepare for RMS. Again, your ward can go in 8th standard in RMS. The third option is Mr. Pithia has given me the right answer. Let me search for the right answer. Mr. Vimal from Mysore, he has written me the right answer. Scenic schools. So Scenic schools is the third category schools started by government. And again, the girls are welcome here from this year. There are some Scenic schools where government has allowed girls in the last 2 years as well. But from this year onwards, all RIMC, RMS, and all Scenic schools can take girls. Of course, if you want to go for army, this is the best place to join. But it is not limited to army. It is not that if you are going for RIMC or RMS, you have to go for army jobs. It is not. You can actually come out after 12th. You can do engineering, you can do medical, you can do whatever you want. But these schools can give you the best of the facilities at almost no cost. All your cost is beared by Government of India. So this is the most suggested schools. Any average family, any average income family can actually aspire for RIMC, RMS, and Scenic schools. So if you feel your kids are bright, please try to send them there. One more thing is, even if they are preparing for those entrance exams and they are not able to join those elite schools, there is no harm, because then you are preparing your kids for entrance exam at very early stage, because otherwise your kids will only be exposed to those entrance examinations after school, which is very bad. One more thing is, we should always prepare our kids for failure. Yeah, I'll repeat. We should it is highly suggested that if your student or your ward is writing 4 exams, it would be great if he can flunk 2. Then it is good career planning. And you say, what kind of career counselor you are? You are asking me to, my child to get failed. No, answer is no. If you feel that your child is not capable for Olympiad, it is very bluntly I am asking you. Most of you feel that your children are not good for Olympiad. No, he may not be able to crack it. And therefore, you do not apply for Olympiad, which is a big mistake. Because what is happening is your child has not seen failure. Because what you do is you are a very protective father or protective mother. So you only apply for those kind of competitive exams where you are very sure that your child will shine. And schools are very smart nowadays. They'll give 95%, 98%, 100%, 99%, almost to every student. So every parent is very happy. Every student is also very happy. Now the problem is suddenly when this particular child is exposed to a national level competition and the student feel that always I have been a 90 plus student and therefore definitely I'll crack it, and he do not see his name in that particular you can say results, then there are so many different psychological problems, even ranging to suicides also. So my suggestion to you is please make sure that if your child is writing 4 exams, he should flunk 2. If it is not, the meaning is you have not applied for right competitive exams. You have not applied for good competitive exams. You have only, your child is only participating in those school kind of exams where he is almost sure of passing it. So please prepare your students, prepare for your wards to fail. Okay. So in that case also I would suggest you to go for these kind of competitive courses, national competitive courses. If your students are, if your wards are getting selected, it is great. Even if they are not getting selected, they will understand where they actually stand today in national competitive exam. So I'm sure it would be good for them. What should I study to serve Indian Army as a doctor? Nothing else. You just need to study PCM, PCB. Because if you are going and joining Indian Army as a doctor, then there are 2 different ways you can do that. Either you can directly join Army College, or you can do MBBS from outside and then join Army. In both the cases, in school, what you have to study is physics, chemistry, and biology, nothing else. If I fail in CA exam, what are the other options for me? If I fail in UPSC exam, what are the other options for me? See, if you are failing in CA exam, generally most of the career options related to CA are not very good. So if you are almost CA, actually you are a graduate. And in new cases where you can start your CA after 12th, you are just a 12th class student. So there's not much. But if you fail UPSC exam, I would rather say, if you are not very confident of UPSC exam, you start other way around. My always suggestion is, if unless you are very bright candidate for UPSC and you really have a reason to go for UPSC in the first attempt, my suggestion is never ever go for UPSC in your first attempt. It's better to go for SSC CGL. So once you get selected for SSC CGL, then you should start preparing for UPSC. That is a better way, so that you will not actually be flunked in UPSC. You are going step by step, right? So that's a better case. You said software engineering job can become boring when we do get in deep coding. No, it's not a bad idea to go for coding. See, you are confused between coding and software engineering, because software engineering field is not only about coding, right? So I mean, there are 2 different growth option in any of the software companies. One is in management and another is in technology. So there are hardly 10 to 15% of the people who actually love coding even after 4 or 5 years of coding also. So only these are the people who go in higher positions in coding. But it is not that all others are not successful, because all others will accept management positions, and then therefore they will become team lead, and then they'll be project manager, then they'll be delivery manager, then kind of places. So it is not that if you are bored of coding, then you have to be thrown out of software industry. It is not so. So if you love coding, but the only problem is I have seen many students who are not good at maths, and they also found coding very easy, and they love coding. And as they deep dive, then they understand it's not my cup of tea. So make sure that your maths is also equally good when you love coding. I think I have left some of the questions in between, so let me search for them. There are some fragment of words, so I don't understand what you want to say. I'll only choose those questions which are full sentences. Sir, how much years are required to become scientist? As per my researches on YouTube, it requires a lot many years, and you also need to go for PG for it. Yes, PG is needed. In some cases, you can go without PG also, but of course, you have to study along with your job. So I understand, Sanchita. I think you want to be a scientist with the minimum years, or you want to go be a scientist very young. So if you want to be a young scientist, I'll give you a mantra. There are two options of being a young scientist. Number one, you participate in Kishore Vaigyanik Protsahan Yojana. Right? So, I mean, there's no English conversion to this. This is how they write in English also. Kishore Vaigyanik Pratibha Protsahan Yojana. If you write this entrance exam, you can join IISc Bangalore. That is the short way of becoming a scientist. Second option is you do your engineering, and after engineering, you write the exam for BARC or ISRO. Or there are vacancies for a software, for a electronics engineer, for civil engineer, for mechanical engineer, and your first entry immediately after engineering would be as scientist officer in BARC or ISRO or so many different organizations which recruits scientists. Second option is you can do your BSc, and then in case if you are doing BSc, then this post graduation is necessary. So you do your BSc, then you do your MSc, and then after MSc also you can apply for these positions as a scientist. Be ready to study throughout your life as a scientist, right? Formally as well as informally. So if you feel studies is boring or studies is too much, then please don't be a scientist. There are so many different fields for you. But if you really love studying, then of course you can be a scientist. Sir, what is the best place to do a CA? There is no place to do a CA. There is only one exam to write for a CA. So whether you are sitting at your home or you are sitting in an internet cafe, sitting in Bombay, Bangalore, or even USA, it would not matter, right? Ultimately, you have to write an exam. If you want to ask me from where you should take a coaching for CA, then that is a different case. But then those coachings are also nowadays pen drive based. I have seen most of the CA coachings are pen drive based. Some of them are online, right? So I don't think it is so much important to have this query like, from where you can do a CA. If you really work hard, you can do CA from anywhere. Sir, is software engineering good course? Is it hard? Yes, it is a good course, yet it is hard for some people. Does it have maths as a subject? Yes. It is only for those students who are very, very good in maths. If you are not good in maths, but you love using computers, and therefore you feel you will be a very good software engineer, mostly the answer is no. You will be a very mediocre software engineer, and there's no fun in going for it. Okay, so I think we have finished most of the questions. In case if I'm not able to see your query, probably you please write it again, because I tried to search for some other questions, but I could not get it. Yeah, one more question is, so other than this, what would be more better in minimum years? No, I told you, you can be a scientist in 4 years. You do your engineering and directly go and become a scientist. What else you want? I mean, you want in 1 or 2 years after 12. Sir is going for 90% in boards of 12. What can we do without doing any competitive exam? Very good question. Do you know how many students get more than 90% in 12th? Only if I'm talking about CBSE, this data would be more like 5 to 8 lakh students. If I also include all the state boards, then it would be lakhs of students. Even if I add all the good seats in colleges, all engineering seats, plus all medical seats, plus all government job seats, Every seat I'll add, it will not be more than 2 to 3 lakhs. So that means you stand nowhere. Just because you got 90% marks in 12th, unless you crack a competitive exam, you are good for nothing. It's very blunt, but I'm sorry, it is so. Please understand, without competitive exam, there is no point of getting these 90% marks. There are so many schools. I mean, we see these news of Kerala, where there are schools where almost every student got 100% marks. There are schools where all students got 100% marks. And now they are actually coming to Delhi, and there are colleges where the cutoff is 100%. There are so many branches in Delhi universities, which this year they are full with 100%. Not only they are full, suppose in one particular college there are 60 seats, and there are 90 students who have applied with 100 out of 100. Now the college is in a problem how to reject those 30 students, right? So nowadays I understand these marks are very cheap, right? So please do not feel elated because of these marks. You only should have some satisfaction about yourself once you crack any competitive exam. If you're not able to crack competitive exam, please work hard and write them again. There's no escape from it. Nothing. What are the career options after 12th standard? Taking engineering or literature, English literature, sorry. Taking English or literature as main subject, especially in abroad. What you want to do abroad, that depends on that and how good you are. But if you are asking me English and literature, there are plethora of opportunities. So many good opportunities. Most of the opportunities are content writers. Because as you see in this particular age of digitalization, every shopkeeper, you forget about companies, need digital presence. But what is the problem with digital presence? Do they have less bandwidth? Answer is no. Do they have any dearth of web designer? No. But the only problem is, if I ask you to write about yourself in 500 words, are you able to? Answer is no. Why? Because your English is not good. Probably you can speak good English. But when I ask you to write something in formal English, you're not able to do that. And exactly where this opportunity is available, right? So this content writing opportunity is available, technical writing opportunities are available. Then of course, from starting from IAS, all the government jobs require these kind of positions. So of course, the opportunities are great. And specifically, if your English is good, you are welcome in many of the countries to do your graduation or post-graduation. So there also it may help. But ultimately, I can only help you if you tell me what you want to achieve in life. Then I'm sure I'll be able to add value. How can I manage my time during exams? If you want to ask me, if you are asking me during the exam, means during those 2 hours when you are writing exam, because there are two ways I can look at this question. One is, since this week my exams are going on, how to study and manage my time is one question. And the second is, my exam is of 2 hours, but I'm writing, let's say, for example, CAT exam, wherein these, or probably I'm writing bank exam, exam. Then the number of questions are more than the number of minutes. So how do I handle these questions, and how can I solve a math question, reasoning question, or English question in such a short time? So for that, you should do a good practice. Please understand there's a lot of difference in the mathematics questions and reasoning questions when you solve them in a competitive exam or in a formal exam. In a formal exam, you generally get 2 to 3 hours and you need to solve only 20 to 30 questions. While in the same time, in a competitive exam, you may have to write 100 to 150 questions. So you should practice those questions such that you should be able to solve them in mind and not writing in each and every step. Because in these competitive exam, final answer is important and final option is important. It is important that B is the correct answer. Nobody is going to check whether you have taken equations method or you have done it in your mind. So your preparation level should be different rather than any other time testing strategies. But if I'm taking other way around, that means if you are asking me how to manage your time during the week of examination, then that's a different strategy and it requires your focus. Basically, you should do only one thing at a time. You should not try to multitask, specifically when you are studying. I have seen students, they want to study also, they want to be on the WhatsApp also, they want to, increase their social presence also, then this will not do. And mostly all other activities other than studying should be stopped completely in exams weeks. You should, as far as possible, you delete your Facebook account, your Insta account, your WhatsApp, most of the useless WhatsApp groups, and rather, if your family is also serious about your exam is very critical, because a lot of parents I can see in this group here. So I would actually recommend those parents also to please be away from all these activities when your child is having a crucial week. Not only the child, but definitely the parents, the siblings, they should also help the child in creating that no technology kind of atmosphere at your home. And exam or no exam, you should always have at least 2 hours in a day where no one in your family should use any gadgets. Yeah, I know it is very difficult. Maybe you are thinking that it's better not to eat something rather than for a day, rather than being away from this technology. But it's very foolish actually to expect our child to be away from technology, and we ourselves are busy with all the gadgets at the same time. So please make sure there should be 2 hours. Your TV should be off, your mobile should be off, there should be no gadgets at your home, and you should actually be together. Maybe that is the time of your dinner, maybe your time of lunch, or whatever is convenient to you. Because unless you are doing that, that stress level will not be down, and always there is a conflict in the family. You keep on shouting at your child, don't use mobile, don't watch TV, and probably depending on your atmosphere at your home, your child may argue with you or may not argue with you, and probably he'll be silent. But one thing is very sure, he will never ever be convinced with what you are saying. So please understand, if you want your child to be away from those things, please do a bit yourself. That is very important. I have seen many people to do fields two jobs. What do you mean by 2 jobs? I'm not very clear about it. If you want me to, are you saying that they are cheating their company so that they are working from home and simultaneously taking one more job, or you are talking about one part-time job? Please make your question clear. What is the best way to do revision? Yes, this is my favorite topic. Thank you, Ramesh Oswal. Ramesh, the best way to do revision is to teach somebody. There's no way you can revise in a better way. If you have any friend whom you can teach, it would be really great. And you will immediately understand what you are forgetting if you are teaching someone. So nothing is better than teaching. Is there any other course other than MBBS after PCMB at good salary? And it's a good course also. No, generally I feel if you are not getting selected for MBBS, it's time for you to switch that medical field, and you can go for CLAT, or you can go for IPM, you can go for so many different courses, BBM, BBA, where PCMB students can actually go. And that would be a great idea, because I have seen people, it is not that there are no other career options with other than MBBS, but the problem is this comparison in mind. So I have seen most of the students who once were aspirant of MBBS could not crack MBBS. Now they have got some other job in healthcare industry or dentistry or veterinary. But the problem is psychologically, they always keep comparing themselves with these MBBS. And since they are not very happy in their own mind, they are not able to do a good job. And therefore, they are not successful in their field. But on the contrary, I have seen many students who could not crack MBBS. They came to me, and I understood that they may be very good in IPM or CLAT. And I have seen many students cracking IPM exam just like this, because they were very studious students, and they have seen these kind of exams, and within 2 or 3 months of hard work, they cracked that. And now they are earning many more times than a doctor. If you do your 5 years IPM, that means I'm talking about BBA plus MBA from IIM Indore. So the average salary expectation is 20 lakhs per annum to start with. And definitely you can. Mehul Kumar, please mute yourself. Thank you. So I was asking you, yes, So those students who could not crack MBBS, it is not that they are not able to crack any competitive exam, because the problem in India is most of the good students, they are thrown into MBBS or IIT JEE line, and therefore it is overcrowded with so many meritorious students. While on the contrary, if you go to other fields which also accept PCB students, these students find those competitive exams very easy, and they crack those exams just like that. And since in those particular field the market is not so much crowded with so talented students, they are comparatively far better than others, and therefore they are doing wonders. So my suggestion is, if you feel that it was only MBBS for you fall in love with, and therefore you took PCB, and now you feel that you are not able to either getting selected, or you lost that touch with MBBS, or whatever is the reason, please don't shy away from changing your field. It's very easy. I have seen so many good successful stories, and all those students are very, very successful in life. So don't feel that MBBS is the only way, and then it was only good, then if I could not crack, I am good for nothing. Please do not feel that way. And I'll be happy if you mail me and you ask for further details. I'll be happy to answer. An example, a man has a shop and a different job during at home. How they maintain it? See, most of the people this way are not very successful. This is a transition period. Yes, you have a shop, you want to switch your field, then suddenly you cannot shut your shop and start something else. So for momentarily, for some time, you are doing two things. Once you are established in the second thing, you close the first thing. That is okay. But you are thinking of doing it throughout your life, I don't think it is a good idea. So in case if you have any other doubt, we'll go ahead, or probably we can call it a day. I'm 73% in 10th, and how now PCMB 12th, and I'm confused what to take now. See, your 73 is neither very bad nor very good. My suggestion is, if you are taking PCMB, you should take some of the mock tests. Suppose if you want to go for MBBS, you study some chapter, write some test, rather go and write the entrance examination for these foundation class coachings. These tests are very good to show you the mirror. For example, you join that coaching institute or do not join that coaching institute, that is secondary. Primary is whichever coaching institute is having any entrance exam, you please take that exam, so that you will understand out of so many students what is your rank. That rank will help you to take a decision whether you should go ahead with MBBS preparation or IIT JEE preparation, or you should go for something else. Is getting good is what would you suggest for people who have no interest in medical or engineering? Are Baba, the students who have no interest in medical or engineering, they have very, very bright future. Very, very bright. Why I am saying so is, most of the students who are taking either MBBS or engineering as a subject, they are only taking it because they do not know anything about any other field. That is number one. Number two, their parents wanted to become a doctor or engineer but couldn't, and therefore somehow they have instilled that in you. You have to do it, right? There are few good students, I understand, I'm not saying that, but if I leave few exceptions, most of the crowd is like that. So I'm really very, very happy if you are not one of those crowd members, and you are thinking of, critically about yourself, and you feel that you are not good at medical or engineering. There are so many good fields. I told you, if you are taking, for example, a very simple course, IPM, this is integrated program in management, right? Your friends who are going for IIT JEE, after 4 years, they will take a drop year and write CAT exam. So 4 years of engineering, 1 year of drop, 5, and then 2 years of MBA. They will take 7 years. You can do the same thing in 5 years without writing any other entrance exam. Immediately after 12, you can write IPM exam, join IIM Indore. And the salaries are between 30 lakhs to 2 crore rupees per annum. Which field will give you? Which engineering college will give you this kind of money? Which MBBS student would get this kind of money? At the age of 21, you can get a package of 2 crore per annum. Many students do not know that there are colleges in Delhi, but of course they are government colleges and therefore no college is paying a career counselor to say so, right? So there are colleges in Delhi University where Google comes and give you a package of 30 lakhs per annum. Whom they are giving? 19-year-old girl got 30 lakhs per annum package, and what? Doing BA, doing BCom. And we are actually going and increasing that competition in engineering colleges. If not government, we'll go to private. If not private, we'll go for a college which is good for nothing. No, don't do that. There are so many good courses available in government colleges, and I'll give you one more good idea. Till now, the problem in Delhi University kind of colleges, I'm sorry, I am from NCR, so I know more examples about Delhi, but please take it with a pinch of salt. When I'm talking about Delhi, of course, most of the good cities have this kind of case studies, right? So I'm specifically giving you the example of Delhi. Most of the students are shying away because the cutoffs are either 100% or 99. If you're not getting 97, 98 kind of stuff, you will not get any seat in Delhi University. But you guys are very lucky. Why? Because from next year, Delhi University, and for that matter, any central university in India, wherever it is, any central university in India with new education policy, from next year onward, they cannot take admission with percentage of 12. I'll repeat it. Any central university in India. Why I'm so particular about Central University of India? Because it is funded by Central University. The funds are good. College is having good facilities, good teachers, and most importantly, the best of the students, right? Good companies are coming to recruit. All these universities from next year is taking a particular entrance exam. Please note the name of that. CUCET. Central Universities Common Entrance Test. And this is not a new test. This is a 10 years old test, but only 14 universities were accepting it. From next year, all 50 central universities, including Delhi University, will take this test. The eligibility criteria will be 50% in 12th. That means technically speaking, even if you are getting 50% marks in 12th, but you can do a good job in this particular competitive exam, you can actually join a particular central university where the fee would be much lesser than your school or tuition fees. The most of the colleges have the fee like 10,000 per year kind of fees. Throughout the India, they have universities. I only know much about Delhi University because I get most of the students here about that. But I'm sure there are central universities in every state. And each and every of these universities are fantastic, right? They have very good facilities. They have very good faculty members, very good infrastructure, very good students. The only thing which is low is fee structure is very, very low and therefore affordable by any student, right? And you should start with preparing for CUCET. So what would come in CUCET? Note down, there are 3 sections. The first is quantitative ability, the second is verbal ability, and the third is logical reasoning. And these are the 3 only things which will cover 90% of the entrance examination or competitive exam other than engineering and medical. Other than engineering, medical, 90% exams, whether we are talking about IAS, UPSC exam, we are talking about SSC exam, bank exam, railway exam, metro exam, or we are talking about IPM entrance exam, CLAT entrance exam, CUCET. All these entrance examinations have only 3 things in common, which are quantitative ability, in simpler language, 10th standard maths, verbal ability, in simpler language, 10th standard English, and logical ability is the reasoning ability, the ability to solve puzzles. General level is 10th standard. The only problem in these entrance examinations is they requires you to be very, very fast. They will give you 100 questions to be solved in 1 hour. The level of the questions is very similar to what you have done in 9th or 10th. They're not very different questions, but there you had a lot of time, and here you will have few seconds to solve each question. So if you can start preparing for that, you can crack IPM, you can crack CLAT, you can crack CUCET, you can crack RIMC entrance exam, you can crack RMS entrance exam, Scenic School entrance exam. Almost whatever I have said in this particular last probably 1 hour, 40 minutes. Whatever entrance exam I am talking about, mostly they are only centered around these three sections. Okay. So few new questions, I'll just read them out. One is talking about IPM. Can I do? Everyone can do IPM. There's no problem. You are from science, you are from arts, you are from commerce, with math, without math, any person can fill the form of IPM. If you got, of course, 50% in 12th. Okay. So if you are getting above 50%, you are eligible to write IPM exam. In old days, engineering had a high value, but no, its value is almost zero. But they, I don't know, some, I think typo here, do engineering. But see, it is not that engineering is zero. Still, IITs have a lot of value. Even NITs have a lot of value. In fact, any government engineering college you join, you will have a fantastic career. The only problem is, are these shops, I would say these shops of engineering, in every village, they do not have any value. Okay. So if you are going for any established engineering college, still it is a very good career option. But please do not join unnecessarily any engineering college you can get. I've seen students who are not able to pass class 12th but got admission in engineering college. So please do not join those kind of engineering college. Engineering is not a problem, but doing engineering from those colleges is a problem. And I don't know. I heard that it is more so in Karnataka. There are more engineering colleges than any other state. So probably here this is more relevant. So my suggestion is, try to go for a government college, whichever course you can get. If you can get any government college, your career is better. No one is telling you that. That is the only issue. Can we get your email? Yeah, of course you can mail me. There are some mails which I have to avoid. For example, some student is writing, sir, please tell me the career options after commerce. So I don't know whether I am supposed to write an essay or what. So I'll be very happy to answer your question, because see, I will also answer your question on phone. So if your question can be answered in a word or two, I'll be very quick and I'll definitely be giving you the answer. Please frame your question. And I'm not talking about me only. If you want to take guidance from anyone in your life, anyone would be happy to help you. If you are able to frame a question such that your answer is few words. If you frame a question where you have to write one sentence and your guide should write 100 sentences, I don't think anyone would help you. Right? So please give me question very straight. If you're asking me what is the last date of cat, I'll give you an answer, for example, right? So anything you want to know, if you are asking me a question which can be answered in 1, 2 or at most 3 words, I'll be very, very happy to answering your question. Please do not ask me to write an essay on any particular topic. I will not write, or no one would write, right? So I think we have covered most of the things. Minimum salary of an IAS officer. There is no minimum or maximum salary. It is a fixed salary for an IAS officer. You can say, but it is difficult to enumerate it. You may Google it. I think it is approximately, if you are asking me, it is between 1 lakh and 2 lakh, depending on what all things you will include in salary. But the problem is, suppose whatever government bungalow he is getting, and if you want to ask me what is the market value of that government bungalow, that would outnumber his salary. That kind of government bungalow, if you are asking me the rent, market price rent, it may be 5 lakhs rupees per month. What kind of blue light ambassador or whatever government vehicle he gets. If you are asking me how much these so many rich people can actually are ready to pay for that vehicle, it is priceless. So we cannot actually judge an IAS officer with his salary, right? So it would be foolish to actually go deep into that. But just for the knowledge sake, if you are asking me, you can say it is approximately 1 lakh to 2 lakhs rupees per month. I'm sorry. Sir, my child is 12th PCMB with 73% in 10th. What shall I? No, with marks, I can't suggest you much. If you feel that student is very good in writing, probably humanities is your take. If your child is good in physics and chemistry and maths, you can take PCB. If your child, so depending on, there are two things. One, what your child is good at. Second, what is temperament of your child? You want your child would like to serve people. Your child would like to command people. your child would like to work on machines, your child would like to work with people. So there are so many different things which you want to see and match with those skills required in particular job. Then probably you can take a decision. Counselor, any hope? If yes, what need to do? I didn't understand. You want me to ask if you want to become a career counselor, and then what is the scope or something like that? Then counseling is is not a particular task which is related to your position or your designation. It depends on how popular you are and how much students love you, right? How much they want to take your suggestions and how much they want to speak to you. So all these things will determine how successful a career counselor would be. There's no fixed salary for a career counselor as a fixed salary for an IAS officer. After IPM exam, what next? No, after IPM exam, you will do a 5 years MBA. And after 5 years MBA, you will get a very good cushy job. And if you do well, you can be a CEO of a company. You can, or probably better, you can do your own startup. You can run your own company. You'll be the owner of that company. Sir, could you name some occupations that are not monotonous? This life itself is monotonous, yeah. So it depends on personality. If you have this ability to do something new every day, there's no job in India which is monotonous. But if you want to do only what you are required to do, every job is monotonous. So I would say there is nothing like two kind of jobs. One is monotonous and one is not. I am sure there are so many good people. I know Prakashji in particular, right? I do not know what is his profession, but I'm sure how it can be monotonous, because daily I have seen him on one post on another. Somewhere he will be doing this career counseling, somewhere he's doing this I donation camp, sometimes he is busy with this smart girl workshop. So I'm sure, how can work be monotonous? There are so many people you can see around who are actually very social, and therefore they do a lot of things, right? So it depends on the person whether might be his job might be monotonous. I don't know what is his profession. But your profession, even if your profession is very monotonous, then also I want to say there are options, there are people who are doing wonderful job in society, right? And selfless job in society. So really, you can take inspiration from them also. And I would be happy if people like you would be, joining hands with Prakashji and making him even stronger.
But thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
आपके सपोर्ट से ये कार्यक्रम हो रहा है, और एक्चुअली बहुत ही अच्छी जानकारी मिली है बच्चों को.
थैंक यू सर. So, कोई भी और क्वेरी हो, any query you have, there are some people who wanted me to speak in Hindi. तो towards the end आपको कोई भी जानकारी चाहिए, कोई भी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि मैं आपकी हेल्प कर सकता हूं, मेरा ईमेल आईडी आपके पास है. यदि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि भाई आपको मुझसे बात करके ही आपका समाधान निकलेगा, तो आप अपनी समस्या और अपना फोन नंबर मुझे ईमेल कर देंगे. तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर ग्रेविटी ऑफ योर प्रॉब्लम, डेफिनेटली आई वुड कॉल यू. So wherever I can be helpful, I'll be very happy to help. Or alternatively, probably you can route your queries or your requirements through Prakashji also. He has my number, though he has promised me to not to give this share this number too much. But definitely अगर आपकी कोई भी query है तो वो मुझ तक पहुंचा देंगे, and I'll be happy to call you. So I think that would be a better way of communication.
May I request if anybody would like to ask verbal questions? किसी को चैट करने में परेशानी हुई हो और वर्बली बात करना चाहते हैं तो अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं और प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं. If anybody has questions, please unmute yourself and you can put up the questions to Ritesh sir. Nisha, please mute yourself.
Sir, suppose I go for a CA exam and I fail in it, then I don't have any career option. Like I am a BCom, but still don't have any career option.
You have done your BCom already, or you are doing your BCom?
I have done it.
Then there's no problem. If you fail in CA, then also you will be a BCom. So after BCom, you either can go for UPSC exam, SSC exam, or SSC CHSL exam. That means almost all the government exams are available to you. Number two, you can still write CAT exam, go for your MBA, and therefore entire this corporate career options is available for you. So there is no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Problem is only for those students who have not done BCom and they have started their CA immediately after 12th and they could not do it. Then the problem is they are still only 12th and now they have to go for graduation. So all those students who have already done BCom, you can say that compulsory part of your education is always complete, right? And therefore you can now go for PG, or probably you can directly go for a job. So absolutely no problem.
Any more questions, please?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर मैं अभी 9th में पढ़ रही हूँ एंड द थिंग इज लाइक मेरे को बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है कि 10th के बाद क्या लेना है. मुझे ना डॉक्टर भी बनना है, लाइक मुझे स्टडीज में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. सो आप उस हिसाब से मुझे कुछ बताएंगे क्या?
नहीं, आपको स्टडीज में इंटरेस्ट है तो आप ये आगे भी रखना चाहोगे थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ, या सिर्फ अभी आपको इंटरेस्ट है?
नहीं सर, थ्रू आउट द लाइफ रखना चाहूंगी.
वेरी गुड. तो आपके जो अच्छे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं वो कौन से हैं जिनमें आपको ज्यादा मजा आता है?
सर मैथ्स एंड सोशल साइंस.
अगर आपका मैथ्स और सोशल साइंस दोनों अच्छा है तो मुझे लगता है कि आप ह्यूमैनिटीज विद मैथ्स लो. अगर आप ह्यूमैनिटीज विद मैथ्स आगे लेते हो तो आपके लिए बहुत अच्छे करियर ऑप्शन है. जैसे दो चार मैं आपको बताता हूं. यहां बहुत कम लोगों को पता होगा कि अगर आपने ह्यूमैनिटीज विद मैथ्स लिया तो आप IIT जा सकते हैं. कोई बताएगा मुझे चैट बॉक्स में कौन सा कोर्स आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं? अगर आपने ह्यूमैनिटीज लिया तो आप IIT जा सकते हैं, है ना. इनफैक्ट इस साल आपने अगर रैंकिंग देखी हो गवर्नमेंट की, हाँ ये NIRF रैंकिंग एक पर्टिकुलर वर्ड है जो मैं चाहूंगा सभी लोग नोट कर लो. मैं प्रोबेबली यहां लिख देता हूं, क्योंकि क्या होता है आप लोग ना जनरली एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स पर जाते हो कि कौन सा कॉलेज अच्छा है, तो जिस कॉलेज का फुल पेज ऐड आता है आपको लगता है वो बहुत अच्छा है ना. तो ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. तो क्या होना चाहिए, आप गूगल में टाइप करो NIRF, तो आपको रैंकिंग मिलेगी इंडिया की. तो आपको पता चलेगा कि हो सकता है जिस प्राइवेट कॉलेज को आप बहुत अच्छा मानते हो वो इंडिया के टॉप कॉलेज 100 कॉलेज में है ही नहीं. इसके बहुत ज्यादा चांसेस हैं, क्योंकि ये मैंने अक्सर देखा है. जो भी बच्चों को लगता है कि उनके शहर का एक कॉलेज बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि उसके एड्स बहुत होते हैं, जहां जाते हैं एड्स दिखते हैं, है ना, और फीस भी बहुत ज्यादा है, तो इसीलिए भी उनको लगता है क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी होगी. लेकिन दे आर सरप्राइज टू सी कि वो टॉप 100 में नहीं है. और चांसेस इसलिए भी हैं क्योंकि टॉप 100 में 90 लगभग तो गवर्नमेंट ही होते हैं. तो जो सबसे अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी इंडिया की है इस साल जिसको मिला है वो है IIT चेन्नई. और IIT चेन्नई इंजीनियरिंग के कारण नंबर 1 नहीं बनी है, क्योंकि इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में IIT चेन्नई नंबर 1 नहीं है, यूनिवर्सिटीज में नंबर 1 है. तो उसका एक बहुत बड़ा रीजन है, उनके यहाँ एक कोर्स है जो सिर्फ ह्यूमैनिटीज का कोर्स है. और उस कोर्स के दो कोर्सेज हैं रादर. एक तो है MA इंटीग्रेटेड MA लैंग्वेजेस और दूसरा है इंटीग्रेटेड MBA इन ह्यूमैनिटीज. इन दोनों में जो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम होता है वो होता है HSEE. HSEE इज द एंट्रेंस एग्जाम फॉर दैट. और इसमें बहुत सारे बच्चे यूपीएससी में सेलेक्ट होते हैं. और इसके अलावा भी बहुत अच्छे करियर ऑप्शंस MA के बाद हैं. और आप जिस यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ोगे वो इंडिया की बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी का बेस्ट कोर्स होगा. और लोगों को पता नहीं है, लोग अभी भी पता नहीं कौन कौन से प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस के पीछे भागते रहते हैं, है ना. तो वो आपके लिए बहुत अच्छा है. अगर आप सेकंड ऑप्शन मुझसे पूछेंगे तो आप CUCET की तैयारी अभी से करिए. तो नेक्स्ट ईयर इंडिया के बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉलेजेस हैं, जैसे मैं कुछ का आपको नाम बताता हूं. सबसे अच्छे कॉलेज इंडिया का जो आई थिंक ह्यूमैनिटीज में जो फर्स्ट कॉलेज है वो है LSR। LSR का फुल फॉर्म मेरे ख्याल से है लेडी श्री राम कॉलेज, दिल्ली। सेकंड नंबर पर आता है मिरांडा हाउस, दिल्ली। यहाँ के अगर आप बीए के कोर्स में आप जाते हैं तो यहाँ बीए के कोर्स के बाद जो प्लेसमेंट्स हैं वो बहुत अच्छे अच्छे प्लेसमेंट्स हैं। 2-3 लाख रुपए महीने की सैलरी पर लड़कियों को वहां से बीए के बाद रिक्रूट किया जाता है। जो बच्चे वहां के बाद पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करते हैं डेवलपमेंट स्टडीज में, उनको गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एज अ कंसल्टेंट लेती है, उनकी रैंक आईएएस ऑफिसर के बराबर होती है। बहुत सारी अच्छी करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं और इनके लिए कंपटीशन बहुत कम है। रीजन क्या है? क्योंकि आप देखेंगे स्कूल के सबसे अच्छे बच्चे इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिकल के चक्कर में मैथ्स और बायोलॉजी में चले जाते हैं। तो इसीलिए जो ह्यूमैनिटीज में बहुत अच्छे अच्छे करियर ऑप्शंस हैं उनके लिए ज्यादा अच्छे बच्चे नहीं मिलते। तो ह्यूमैनिटीज में प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि करियर ऑप्शन अच्छे नहीं है, ह्यूमैनिटीज में प्रॉब्लम ये बच्चे अच्छे नहीं मिलते। तो अगर अच्छे बच्चे ह्यूमैनिटीज लेंगे तो इससे अच्छी कोई बात नहीं होगी। पढ़ने वाले बच्चे अगर ह्यूमैनिटीज लेंगे तो बहुत अच्छे करियर ऑप्शंस उनके पास हैं। इसके अलावा अभी तक मैंने जितने करियर ऑप्शन आपको बताए हैं, आईपीएम है, क्लैट है, वो सब तो आप दे ही सकते हो। आप बीबीए कर सकते हो, बीबीएस कर सकते हो, आप कोई भी ग्रेजुएशन करके बैंक, एसएससी, ये सारे जॉब तो दे ही सकते हो। प्लस आपके पास कॉर्पोरेट के ये सारे ऑप्शंस भी हैं। तो अगर आपके पास बहुत ज्यादा कोई रीजन नहीं है, रादर मेरा उल्टा कहना है, अगर आपके पास कोई खास रीजन नहीं है इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिकल का, प्लीज डोंट गो फॉर, क्योंकि वहां पर अननेसेसरी भीड़ ज्यादा है, कंपटीशन ज्यादा है। Okay, so I think
Okay,
I
sir.
hope yes.
Sir. Sir.
हाँ कशिश बोलिए।
सर कि आपने आईपीएम एग्जाम का बोला था ना सर, उसमें
हाँ,
अगर हम मैथ्स के साथ अगर कोई साइंस भी ले तो कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं होगा ना आईपीएम
प्रॉब्लम कुछ
एग्जाम
नहीं,
के बाद
आप कुछ भी ले लीजिए। जो आईपीएम का एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, इंडिया में 5 ऐसे कॉलेजेस हैं गवर्नमेंट के, आईआईएम, 5 आईआईएम ऐसे हैं जो आपको 5 साल का इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोग्राम देते हैं। सबसे जो फेमस है, पुराना है, वो है आईआईएम इंदौर। आईआईएम इंदौर के एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में सिर्फ 2 सेक्शन आते हैं, इंग्लिश और मैथ्स, दैट्स ऑल। तो इंग्लिश और मैथ्स आते हैं तो आपने साइंस ली है, कॉमर्स ली है, ह्यूमैनिटीज ली है, डजंट मैटर। आपकी इंग्लिश कैसी है, मैथ्स कैसी है, बस यही मैटर करता है। सेकेंड जो अच्छा कॉलेज है वो है आईआईएम रोहतक, उसमें 3 सेक्शन होते हैं, इंग्लिश, मैथ्स और रीजनिंग। इसके अलावा जो आप तीसरा, चौथा, पांचवा, यानी आईआईएम बोधगया, आईआईएम रांची, इन कॉलेजेस में अगर आप जाते हैं तो आपको देने होंगे 3 सेक्शन, अगेन मैथ्स, रीजनिंग और इंग्लिश। एंट्रेंस एग्जाम का नाम है जेआईपी मैट। इसके अलावा ऑफकोर्स बहुत सारी प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जिनमें कुछ बहुत अच्छी हैं, कुछ मीडियम है, कुछ लो वाली भी हैं, वो भी आईपीएम का कोर्स कराती हैं। तो जो अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं उनमें निरमा आती है अहमदाबाद की, उनमें क्राइस्ट बेंगलोर आता है, उनमें सिम्बायोसिस पुणे आता है, तो इन सब के भी, एनआरसी मॉन्जी मुंबई आता है, इन सब के भी आप एंट्रेंस एग्जाम दे सकते हो। उनमें भी यही 3 सेक्शन आते हैं, इंग्लिश, मैथ्स और रीजनिंग। तो मेरा सजेशन है आप बिल्कुल इमीडिएटली, सबसे अच्छी बात है कि आप सीयूसीईटी की कोचिंग ज्वाइन कर लो, क्योंकि सीयूसीईटी का कोर्स ऐसा है कि अगर आपने सीयूसीईटी की कोचिंग ज्वाइन की अभी से तो ये सारे एंट्रेंस एग्जाम अपने आप कवर हो जाएंगे। यू प्रिपेयर फॉर सीयूसीईटी एंड राइट ऑल दीज एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स, जहां पर आपका अच्छा ऑप्शन मिल जाए आप उसको चूज कर सकते हो, है ना। और एक से ज्यादा ऑप्शन मिल जाए तो आप मुझे मेल कर सकते हो कि आई एम सेलेक्टेड फॉर दिस दिस दिस, व्हाट इज अ बेटर ऑप्शन। डेफिनेटली क्विकली आई विल आंसर योर क्वेरी।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
वेलकम।
सर मैं अब 12th PCMB स्टूडेंट हूँ
Okay.
and I am very confused what to do next. Some will say me to take medical or some will say me to change. It's very difficult.
देखो यार,
My mind is very confused.
आप किसी की बात सुनोगे तो लाइफ में कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे, वो तो हमेशा ऐसा ही होगा। You decide what you want to do. You want to live your life as a doctor. You want to live your life as an engineer. You want to live your life as a authoritarian, government officer. What you want to do in life, that is more important. What you will enjoy rather, because if you enjoy something, that will not be a work for you, right? And therefore you can do wonders.
Yeah.
So what do you feel you will be, happy working as?
I can't put my interest what is in. I can't think, sir.
नहीं,
What my
अपना
interest
प्रोफेशन
in?
बताओ ना कि आप अपनी लाइफ डॉक्टर की तरह जीना चाहते हो या इंजीनियर की तरह या सीए की तरह। आपने देखी है इन सबकी लाइफ पाथ से?
नहीं।
तो आप अपने पेरेंट्स को ये बोलो कि उनके जो भी फैमिली फ्रेंड्स इस तरह के प्रोफेशन में हैं उनसे वो आपको मिलवाएं, उनके फैमिली मेंबर से मिलवाएं, है ना। उससे आपको
हाँ।
थोड़ा सा पता चलेगा कि उनकी कितने घंटे की जॉब होती है, वो क्या करते हैं, उनको क्या क्या करना होता है। जब आप अपने आप को शूज में रखोगे तो आपको लगेगा कि हाँ ऐसा करने से मुझे अच्छा लगेगा या मेरे को बहुत बुरा लगेगा। आप डॉक्टर्स के बच्चों से मिलोगे तो बच्चे बोलेंगे कि हो सकता है भाई मेरे पापा मम्मी तो 20-20 घंटे बाद घर पे आते हैं, हमसे बात नहीं करते हैं। तो हो सकता है आपको लगेगा कि नहीं यार पैसे मिलेंगे लेकिन मुझे नहीं करना है, राइट। या बहुत अलग अलग तरह की जॉब होती है ना, किसी में अथॉरिटी होती है, किसी में आपका इंटरेस्ट होता है, तो सबका अलग अलग तरह का जॉब होता है। तो आप ये सोचो कि आपको क्या करने में मजा आएगा। जैसे मैं अपना काम करता हूँ तो मुझसे लोग बोलते हैं कि आपका कौन सा दिन सबसे बिजी रहता है, मैं बोलता हूँ संडे सबसे बिजी रहता है। तो बोलते हैं छुट्टी किस दिन होती है? ऐसे छुट्टी तो सातों दिन होती है क्योंकि आई एम डूइंग व्हाट आई लव। तो अगर मुझे आप छुट्टी भी दे दोगे तो भी मैं यही करूंगा। अगर मुझे आसपास 5-10 बच्चे मिल जाएंगे मैं उनको पकड़ के बैठा जाऊंगा, बताओ भाई क्या करना चाहते हो, कैसे करना चाहते हो, है ना। तो अगर आप काम करते हो तो फायदा क्या है, आपको ये नहीं लगता कि आपको छुट्टी चाहिए। क्यों? क्योंकि छुट्टी में भी आप वही काम करोगे, isn't it? तो अगर हमने ऐसा काम चूज कर लिया जिसमें हमें मजा आएगा तो सक्सेस तो मिलेगी ही मिलेगी, और जब सक्सेस मिलेगी तो पैसे भी आएंगे।
ठीक है।
ओके।
Sir, is there any other courses except medical and engineering?
अभी आपको बताया ना, इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिकल के अलावा हजारों कोर्सेज हैं। अगर हम मोटा मोटा बात करें तो उसको हम मैनेजमेंट बोल सकते हैं, उसको हम लॉ बोल सकते हैं, उसको हम कंपनी सेक्रेटरी बोल सकते हैं, चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट हम बोल सकते हैं, होटल मैनेजमेंट में आप जा सकते हो, आप कंप्यूटर्स में जा सकते हो, आप जर्नलिज्म में जा सकते हो, कंटेंट राइटिंग में जा सकते हो, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में जा सकते हो, डेटा साइंस में जा सकते हो। ये सारे बहुत अच्छे करियर ऑप्शन।
Thank you, sir.
वेलकम।
Thank you.
Sir,
यस बोलिए।
I don't like anything that has too much to do with technology.
ओके,
Like a little of it is okay, but not much.
ग्रेट।
Yeah, what would you suggest me, sir?
Go for government jobs is one option where there's least technology. Second is you can go for management jobs, which is again not so much related to technology. If you go for engineering, then it is very much related to technology.
Yes, sir.
In fact, there are many jobs. You can go for CA or CS. Even these jobs have, they are not much dependent on technology.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
I think no more questions. Ritesh Bhaiya, shall we conclude now?
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
And really, it was really very great. Students भी बड़े अच्छे थे और बहुत सारी queries भी आई, लगातार query थी. It was not like waiting for query at any point of time. So really grateful and thankful for Prakash ji to arrange this, and he called me here, and I'll be happy in future also. Wherever you have any query, you can definitely mail me, or you can contact me through Prakash ji, and I'll be very happy to help you.
Sure. May I request our state head for career guidance program, Pritam ji Mehta, a few words from him.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Ritesh ji. I think you addressed every child's query to the last mile, and the knowledge that you have, the way how you expressed in the simplicity was really, really great. It has been a great experience listening you, and we look forward to interacting you on a very more and larger platforms. And at the same time, children, we have learnt a lot, but I request all of you to take a small promise that you would convey the benefits of this program to all your friends who have missed it, and ensure that whenever we do any new program like this, you should join and you should make your friends also join. Okay? Thank you so much. Once again, thank you, all of you. Thank you, Ritesh ji. It has been really a great pleasure watching you and listening you.
Thank you, sir.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
Yes.
सर आपका ऐसा कोई और करियर गाइडेंस प्रोग्राम होगा क्या सर? लाइक हमारा स्कूल का बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप है, ऐसा होगा तो आवर स्कूल विल बी हैविंग अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी कि वो आपसे करियर गाइडेंस सीख सके.
बिल्कुल, आप प्रकाश जी को जानते हैं, उनका नंबर है आपके पास, तो आप उनसे कांटेक्ट कर लीजिएगा. तो डेफिनेटली ही वुड बी हैप्पी टू डू सच काइंड ऑफ थिंग. इफ अच्छे ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं तो प्रोबेबली ही कैन अरेंज सच सेमिनार देयर आल्सो फॉर दैट स्कूल.
सर स्कूल में नहीं, अगर ऑनलाइन होगा तो भी चलेगा क्योंकि वी आर नॉट फ्रॉम मैसूर, तमिलनाडु से है. सो
ओके, व्हिच प्लेस यू आर फ्रॉम?
ई रोड.
Okay, E-Road. You take my email ID, and if your school can contact me, definitely I would be very happy to do that.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, Kashish.
सर कंक्लूड करते हैं. मैं रिक्वेस्ट निशा बी जैन, सेक्रेटरी भारतीय जैन संगठन मैसूर चैप्टर, टू प्रपोज वोट ऑफ थैंक्स. निशा.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope all the participants have enjoyed and learned many things over here. Now all are set for the career goals, right? Firstly, on the behalf of Bharatiya Jain Sangatana Mysore, I take the opportunity to thank our speaker Ritesh Jain for a valuable time and inspiring all our students and parents for the career what need to do. And now I think all the students are like happy with the thing, know what to do and what is the best thing they can do in their career. Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank our state head career guidance, Preetam Ji Mehta, for attending this program. Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank our regional president Prakash Ji Gulecha for this session. Thank you, sir. I would like to take an opportunity to thank our project director Dhruv and Dikshit Bhandari. So they have done a lot of things. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank our region Mysore president Vimalji uncle. Thank you, uncle. Last but the least, but I'll thank all our participants and the parents, those who have take out your precious time and attending this workshop. I think this is the best platform. They have learned many things. And if any doubts, any queries, you can contact to our volunteers. Definitely, we'll reach out and we'll help you out. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, one and all. With your permission, may I end the meet, sir? Ritesh भैया.
सर रितेश जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपको, इतनी अच्छी जानकारी दिए. हमारे जमाने में तो खाली मतलब 8 पास करना होता था खाली. अभी लोगों को कितने मतलब मिल रहे हैं इतने.
True.
जी सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
धन्यवाद.
मेरे भी लड़का है, उसने बीडीएस करके फिर बिजनेस में उतरा सर वो.
Yes, true.
तो वो ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल है वो. उसने कहा मेरे को ये नहीं करना, प्रैक्टिस नहीं करनी है, और वो बिजनेस में उतर के वो ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल है.
True. Very good.
जी नमस्ते.
I would like to thank one thing, Ritesh Jain.
जी.
Like I attend so many sessions on a corporate world, so but in this kind of thing I've never attended. It's like you are just directly in a simple term, you are telling what to do, what not to do. It's really a wonderful and easy language to understand the things.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Can I have half minute, sir?
Yes, sir.
Myself Ramesh Oswal. I'm from Pune.
Okay.
I'm a state head of career guidance for Maharashtra.
Okay.
Yeah, BJS, Bharatiya Jain Sangatana. Yes. So I heard your total session and I'm very happy to listen you. And very nice of you, Ritesh ji. I will be in touch with you. I will get your number from Prakash ji and I will talk to you. I will talk to you.
Sure.
Thank you, Prakash ji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nisha ji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, one and all.
Ramesh ji, thank you sir. Ramesh ji.
Haji.
Thank you, Ramesh ji, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ विमल जी.
हुकम. Yes, sir.
Yes.
प्रकाश जी, conclude
Nice
करेंगे
of
आप?
you. Very nice session.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Can you get the number of that Erode girl? Nisha? Nisha, can you get the number
Yeah.
of Erode girl?
Erode girl. Okay, I'll connect to her and I'll try to give the number.
Yeah. You can pass on to my number. Do you have my number?
Yeah, I have your number.
Okay. Pass on to me. Because shortly I'm arranging the program so I can get her also in touch.
Yeah, her name is Kirtana, right?
कशिश भैया, रमेश भैया,
हाँ
ये जो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना है ये बना रहेगा, तो
या?
आप जब भी ऑर्गेनाइज करें ना, इसमें एक लिंक
हाँ।
शेयर कर दें, काम हो जाएगा।
बिल्कुल। आप
और बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को भी मिल जाएगा।
या और मुझे भी ऐड कर सकते हो इफ यू डोंट माइंड।
जी।
नहीं, आप उस ग्रुप में ऑलरेडी एडेड है ना, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में आप है ऑलरेडी, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में आप ऑलरेडी है, आप ऑलरेडी है, तो आप जब भी ऑर्गेनाइज करें इसमें भी एक मैसेज डाल दें, क्योंकि आज बहुत से लोग मिस हो गए हैं। We had around 150 registrations, but peak I could see only around 65. तो जो मिस हो गए किसी कारणवश वो भी ज्वाइन कर पाएंगे अगली बार।
नहीं, रूटीन में ये होता ही है, 50% ही आते हैं, रजिस्ट्रेशन जितना होता है उसके 50%
सही है।
ये रूटीन है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। और हमारे दूसरे भी कोई प्रोग्राम होते रहेंगे तो मैं उसके बारे में भी आपको बताते रहूंगा।
जी, जरूर।
जी, मैं माइनॉरिटी, सेंसस, ईडब्ल्यूएस और स्मार्ट गर्ल, ये 5 प्रोजेक्ट का मैं हेड ऑफ स्टेट है। सो दूसरे भी कोई प्रोग्राम होते रहेंगे तो
अभी रत्नाकर जी नहीं देख रहे हैं?
नहीं, अभी रत्नाकर जी नहीं देख रहे।
अच्छा।
हाँ, रत्नाकर जी 1.5 महीने पहले, मैं 1-2 महीने हो गया, मैंने चार्ज लिया है।
वेरी गुड। मैं भी स्मार्ट गर्ल का देखता था।
अभी मैंने पहले वो देख रहे थे, गए 8 साल से वही देखते हैं।
हाँ,
यादगिरी नरेश, राजेश जी, जय जिनेंद्र।
हाँ जी,
राजेश जी,
राजेश जी,